Hello, welcome everybody. How are you? Welcome in another episode of our podcast Foxxxes Talks. With me, as always, is Debe and our today's guest Nota. Welcome, guys.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
How you doing?
Fine. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was waiting for the podcast with Nota, to be honest, because usually when we get to talks, it's quite constructive and really interesting. So yeah, I was looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was surprised that I was invited, as I didn't play the main role in this race. But yeah, that's a nice thing from you guys. So thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, but not always the invitations are for the main I don't know, like the stars of the current race, but I think like the people that we just want to talk, you know, about the race, about the situation. I think the bear would agree with me.
Yeah, but it sounds a little bit like, okay, we'll talk only with guys we like, and guys we won't invite here will feel like, nah, they don't like me. So yeah, I think not you made some comp from the back, of course. We know what happened, and we will talk about it soon. As usually the first part will be just general speech about the race. So yeah.
So you can begin already, Deba.
Oh,
I think
okay. So yeah, you probably again don't have much to talk because despite the fact you had a really good quali and phenomenal start, you didn't finish the race again. Yeah, but let's focus on our guest because you had also fantastic pace in the quali session, and if you didn't get this weird disqualification, then you will start, of course, on the pole position, and suddenly it begin to, I don't know how to say it, sorry. Yeah, the whole situation went other way, and you have to start from the back of the grid. So how do you feel then?
Yeah, I think that maybe I wasn't frustrated about it that I got the disqualification, but that's not a nice thing to do when you know that you have the pace and you just can't do it to get your first pole position from some part of time, because for a long time I hadn't had a pole. So yeah, that was a good thing to have. I think that on tracks like this, that is vital to start on a good position. But I think that still in a race, I knew that maybe I tried to find some positives about this, and I think that this free choice of tires to start was good thing for me. Yeah, it didn't count it because I had to pit on lap one, but anyways, I just tried to take 200% from it, and yeah, I think that I think I can be glad what I had to the in the end of the race. So yeah.
Yeah, you have probably much fun with this overtaking like I did, because of my spin under safety car, of course, again. But yeah, you were overtaking quite a lot, and I saw you a few times next to me in the race. I want to ask you about the situation with Ovsky, with some interesting attack next into the chicane.
Well, that was my fault, 100%, because that is a place on this track where you have to be really, really close to make the overtake. Yeah, and I wasn't really, really close. I just was close, and I went for it, and it came out as a bad decision for me. So yeah, good for me that I got for a spin. I think that was a revenge for me from, I don't know, Codemasters gods. But yeah, I mean, that was 100% my fault because yeah, I shouldn't be there in this situation. Should have been waiting for a better one. But yeah, it is what it is.
Sure. It was also your third race with some big points, so this huge wake up from you, and of course McLaren, because Bartes achieved his first podium this season. So, do you, or maybe don't go to the standings yet, but I wanted already to ask you: do you think you can fight for the championship or at least P2 in the standings? But this will be later topic. Okay, so we can start to commentating the drivers in this race, starting from the bottom again. Sentex. I saw you really want to start all these topics and the conversation.
It looks like this, but I really don't want to do that. Trust me. Of course, another race, another DNF. So yeah, it's as Nota said, it is what it is. But I didn't do it for the purpose. Trust me. Maybe again stupid decisions, but I will find like I still don't feel this game. I don't have much confidence as I had in before's game, and it's quite hard for me to understand how the cars works in the race. I surely know that I'm spending too much time in the time trial, so I'm focusing now driving more GPs with the bots on the highest AI level. So I'm trying to be more comfortable with my car, so I will know how my car will behave in the race. So I think that will be a huge change for me, definitely in the upcoming races. But also in this race I know that I wanted to push very hardly after the Rolowski. I have unbelievable start from the beginning, and I already made a P1 before the T1 turn 1, and I wanted to push. Of course, Rolowski have absolutely amazing pace, that is not questionable, but he still is faster than me, so I made a lesson from that, and I know that I don't have opportunity to fight with him, so I wouldn't be doing it in the next races. If he will be overtaking me, I will just let him do that, but I will try to go with my own pace. Of course I will be trying to fight for the P1, but I think P2 P3 is very achievable.
Don't you think that you let Rolowski pass too easily, and then because of the charge behind him, that cost your mistake? Because I saw your point of view of this race, and on the second lap, on the straight, you turn off your ERS quite quickly, and for sure that allows Rolowski to make quite easy overtake on you. Like, you probably didn't defend at all.
Yeah,
like from his perspective, I think.
It could be like this because I knew that I'm always pushing the DRS button, ERS buttons. I'm sorry, too fast, and it cost me not spending much power on the like ending of the straight, and then I'm losing it very fast. So yeah, I know that I need to work about it. But definitely that crash cost me that spin cost me that I pushed ERS too early on the turn. So yeah, but as I said before, I was driving maybe around 90 laps because I made like 4 maybe 5 full training races, and I didn't even spam once in whole of these races. So I don't know what's going on with me on our actual races at the evening. I don't know. I'm getting stressed again, and it's very high pressure. Um, I yeah. I will say that this is my answer.
Right. Going to the crazy boy who won here in the first season. So for sure, I was expecting a lot from him. But on the other hand, we had this, I can say, curse in this season when anyone feels good on the track, then he fails to do really good result. Like it was in Monaco from JJ and myself in Monza. So yeah, there's another driver that failed to achieve good result in his track, and for sure that wasn't a great race from him.
Mm-hmm.
Our debutant GTC much slower than the grid on the Sunday. Can you say anything about him?
Me or not?
Yeah, I had a face-to-face meeting on the track with him. Yeah, it was kind of hard to drive in the back of him because, yeah, he was really quite yeah, he has that in usual that he's changing the way of driving. But yeah, I've managed to overtake him, but I think that as a debutant, he will improve, as we can see the improvement of I think every driver in this league. So I think that we just will wait for his improvement, maybe to him to learn this game, how to drive there. Yeah.
Also, his crash caused the safety car, which changed a lot, especially for Jake, who won this race. And until the safety car, he was probably out of the competition. So yeah, I think it helped him a lot. And yeah, Gamer again, no points, but he finished the race, what is the most important. He gaining this experience in the league, so yeah, I hope he will sooner or later achieve his first points and show his pace. Wasserstein, that's a question from my side because he was quite fast. He was driving behind Bartes for a long time, and suddenly he was out of points. And I want to ask you if you want what happened to him in the race.
Nota.
Well, I don't know, to be honest, but yeah, it's hard to me to say. Maybe he pit or something like this.
I mean, he pit for sure again, but I don't know if he spun or what really happened to him.
Yeah, I also can't say this because yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So for sure, not good race from the Mercedes driver. Gamer, our winner from the last race, and now out of points. And it was first race with Haas out of points. So quite disappointing result from the Portuguese.
Yeah, but I will say that isn't that AD Gamer said in our last podcast that the France isn't his like favorite track.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. Of course, I think his performance was okay. As we can see now, he's at the back of the grid, but it doesn't mean like he is able to fight for the higher positions. So I hope he will show us a little bit better results in the next races. Of course, the expectations about the Haas drivers are I think for now quite high because as you said, Debe, almost in every single race the Haas drivers was in points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he was.
also.
Sorry.
Can I?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would also add that he had lags and problems with the
Yeah.
internet, and I think that it was also a big obstacle for him because he was just overtaken by the other drivers, and yeah, he couldn't do anything with it. He couldn't even defend this attack. So yeah, I think that this also make it harder to race.
Just
Yeah,
in case, AD Gamers, sorry, Debe, I saw you were cutting the corners in the qualifications. We cannot do like this in every single race and qualifications, just in case.
No one reported it though, so
Yeah.
no consequence again. But yeah, for the next races, you should be aware of it. And at Gamer was fighting with Pefixan on track, who finished in front of him. They went off track together when racing wheel to wheel. Decision by stewards, it was a racing incident. I will totally agree with it because both drivers could make a little bit different decision to avoid this contact, and because they didn't, unfortunately, it caused them both spun and lost some time. Yeah, but like we can see right now, Pefixan was P4, so and position on out of points is probably not a good result for Pefixan.
It's like quite in a roller coaster. Pefixan is doing like very good performance or like somewhere between the medium or low performance, and it's quite strange for me because I don't know why. It's like he don't like these tracks, or like, you know, after the every single race he's doing a very good job because he's practicing and so on, and of course his teammate is Rolowski, so he have opportunity to gain a lot of experience for now. But it's not showing in the races as we were talking about it before. So I'm quite interested how Pefixan will perform in the next upcoming races.
Yeah. Also, Ovsky can be a little bit disappointed about himself because he was in points again. He was just behind me when I was spun by Rolowski. And what happened is the fact he turned into my car, and later on the exit of the last corner he spun and crashed, I think. So that was end of his competition for points. But yeah, I feel sorry for him because it was
it's
quite unfortunate.
very, very good for Rowski that he's showing a little bit of improvement from race to race. As we can see, he's not closing the end of the grid, but he's now entering the medium section of the grid. So I'm quite happy that Ovsky is coming back.
Yeah. And also a mid section, as you called it, can see much more time. Luoniev, who finished just behind top 10. So yeah, also here we can see a big improvement from the Alpine brothers, as we should call them. Yeah, but in my opinion, racing Luoniev on track is really difficult. Like, he doesn't make it simple to let you go and go for the next drivers who is on the probably top 5-6. So whenever you find yourself behind him, you know you will have a hard time.
Yeah, I have a contact with that because in Azerbaijan last season, Luoniev was defending his position. When I go to the pit, I couldn't overtake him by 3 laps. So I know this pain very well, and I need to say, like, Luoniev is very, very good at defending. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would have 2 things about Luoniev.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you said, guys, about the defense. Yeah, I mean Alpine, like Fernando Alonso, maybe. But yeah, with Luoniev, I had not a good stories in this race. The first incident was
Tell us more about it.
yeah, turn 1 it was. We had a lot of traffic there. Yeah, as always, in turn 1, lap 1. Yeah, and I just tried to be really, really preserved about it. But still, yeah, Oski just had to brake with the carnage going on in front of him. So I got my wing yellow on the right side, if I think good. And on the other side, then at the exit of turn 1, I just got in front. I just got in the middle of a sandwich made of Oski on the right and Leoniev on the left, and I had my wing totally red. And after this, in the I don't know if you know, the turn after the first DRS section, actually, starting of the sector 2, yeah, then Leoniev got spun by me. Yeah, we also had this on reports. Yeah, so that's what I can say about him. And what you guys said about the defense, yeah, it's not that easy as you could think that it is. But yeah, it's not that easy to overtake him on track.
Vixie in points. Something amazing, I can say. Like, whole last season he didn't score any single point, and now he achieved it again. A little bit of luck, of course, because there are some drivers who usually end in the points, and they are just made some smaller or bigger mistakes and behind him. But it was really good result.
1 point is still counting, so Vixie also is showing us his improvement. As you said before, of course, step by step, he's showing that he's able to fight even for this 1 point. But I'm quite happy about that, because it's showing like our whole league is improving. So the pace, the experience is getting much closer to every single driver. That's also what shows in qualifications, right? I don't know, maybe you will say it, and that will be more correct, but I think like top 6, top 7 drivers was so very, very close to each other in the qualifications.
Yeah, it was between 3/10 between pole position and P7.
Yeah, so I think it's showing us how it changed from the last season, that we have such a big gap between drivers in the qualifications, of course, and in the race. So I'm quite happy about the Vixie's performance, and I think Mercedes also deserve for those points. Quite disappointed about the Wasserfine, but you cannot perform in every single race like you're doing it on the 100%. So
Unless you are Romaski.
Unless you are Orlowski, right? Okay, Deb, now as we see, we have you. So first race until a long time that you didn't DNF'd and managed to finish in points.
Yeah, from one side, I'm really happy that I finished. On the other side, I spun again under safety car, which is a huge disappointment. And I was really surprised that I'm not in the losers of this race, because in my opinion, I should end behind Bartes, because I had the pace and the strategy to finish just behind him. which unfortunately didn't happen because of the span and to lose some positions there.
Yeah, but I think you should still be happy that you managed to be in points. Like, look at from this side, you managed to be in points and you finally finished the race. So it's still better than losing your wheel in every single race as me.
Better than nothing, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Points, and maybe in the end, it will be really important when we with Trujillo will be fighting for this. I think P2. Yeah, it's somewhere there.
Yeah, but also this I'm quite happy that we can see both drivers from the Aston Martin shows in points.
Of course, it's not nothing strange. I think it should be like race by race. The situation will, of course, stay like this, and as I said before, P2 in the range.
But you didn't do that, so.
But we have whole second part of the season, so yeah, still we can fight for it. We have 27 points. P2 is 88, so small gap. Insidious in the points for the first time. Yeah, another impressive drive by a new driver, because as we know, he is debutant in this season. And together with Ovsky, they were struggling, of course, at the beginning of the season, but now they're on the right track to maybe fight also Alpine for the P9 and not being the last team. But of course, a lot can happen in the next races. Next is Singapore, of course, which we will talk about also in the end. But yeah, a really good, solid race from him. He can like note it for to his good results, I think. And the second brother from Alpine, again in points, and with really good points, because 6 is quite a lot when you look at the Alpine team. So unexpectedly, with a good but strange strategy, in my opinion, because the stint on hards were, I think, a little bit too long. Like, he could bid for the softs a little bit earlier to get some more maybe fights with Nota or JJ.
Maybe, but still, it's quite good to see Matex instilling points that he wasn't believed that he will be able to do that, and as he shows us another race, another point. So I think those points are very important for the Alpine brothers. Of course, Luoniev was very close, as we said before, but now Matex is proving that he's able to catch those points in every single race. So it will be, I think, a pleasure to see that Matex will be in the next races also fighting for those very important points. Also, both Alpine drivers shows that before the race I was driving with them some practice, and they were quite fast on this track and they didn't making any huge mistakes, and I was really amazed about to seeing that really when we were driving with the Luoniev, I wasn't able to catch him and even overtake him. So Alpine brothers in this race were quite strong, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And our guest finished on P6. I mean, he finished on P5, but because of some decisions made by stewards, in the results he shows on P6, which also is good result, as we said before. A little bit unlucky because of the disqualification in the qualis, but yeah, really good result, especially when you look in general at McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would also add that I'm quite happy with this, what I managed to do after this P20 start. It wasn't an easy race for me, definitely because of the broken wing and later on getting in the traffic. But yeah, I am still happy with P6. Could have been maybe even better, but yeah, I think that I would take it. It's better than nothing.
Yeah, of course, you were fighting JJ in the end, who was on the fresh soft tires. Maybe you can comment the performance of the Ferrari driver.
Well, JJ had 9 seconds of penalty and I had 6 seconds of penalty. So I knew that I would just have to get close to like 3 seconds as it works. And on the last lap, I saw that JJ started losing this advantage that he had on me. And I wondered what is happening. Then Bartis on the voice chat said that he had a fight with him and he may have a damaged wing, and he actually had this damaged wing. And on the last turns, I was really close, so I tried to make the move done because behind me was True Hero that had 3 seconds penalty, and I had 6 seconds penalty. And I was just about to get those 3 seconds of advantage on him, as yeah, he had also a very good pace because I couldn't just get this 3 seconds of advantage, and then I just got stuck behind JJ. Yeah, he couldn't do much with this broken wing. Yeah, and I just had to finish behind him and True Hero as he got the gap on the last lap, I think 2.6. So yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned, of course, True Hero, who has really good race. He drove with his own pace, whole race, and it was really good. Finished before is he equals his best result in the race, 12 points in the championships. So yeah, I think True Hero, if he can stay with this performance till the end of the season, yeah, it will be amazing.
Yeah, but can we say that it was a little bit of luck?
No, why?
No, just like considering that Nota, JJ, you, Pefixan, AD Gamer, Crazy Boy, me, have not that much luck in this race, so that was those drivers that I mentioned was possible to jump over him and get a little bit better position. So of course truly saying that True Hero deserves his position, of course, because he managed to save that and score those big points. But is he able to manage to drive as big points as he have now in the next upcoming races?
I think he's quite underdog because no one expect him to score some big points. Like when you look at him, he's like, okay, he has some really bad performance lastly, and yeah, as I said, no one expected him to be for the top. And when you race him, I mean, try to catch him, you see that the gap is not getting lower.
Yeah.
I think he can manage to fight for these positions once again, even if other drivers don't have this bad luck.
Yeah, I would also agree with you, Debe, because yeah, with all this bad luck from us, he could manage still to just take an advantage from this bad luck of the other drivers. So I think that this fourth position for him is really well deserved, because he had to just, like, every opportunity he had, he could do like the best from it. So I think that yeah, P4 is a really good result for him, good points, and I also think that yeah, I wish him luck in the next races, because right now it is looking really good for him.
And now tell us some insights about Bart's performance and his race.
Maybe
Well,
not.
well, what I would say, yeah, I finally he had a podium and some decent points. I know that he wasn't very happy with his past performances. Yeah, he just felt bad with it, and I think that this podium for him is a very good situation. Also in the standings, but yeah, also talking about his general, because I think that this podium motivated him, and he knows that he has a good pace, and he just showed it there with this P3. He had a good fighting for the for the whole race, and I think that I would say that I would like to see those performances every week. So maybe we can even actually fight with each other on the circuit. Of course, not crash into each other, but fighting with Bartes would be a really interesting thing. And yeah, I also wish him very much the best, because yeah, he just showed in this race that he is still strong on the track.
And before we move to the top 2, I want to ask you, who will get double podium first? You as McLaren or Ferrari? You can like fight each other right now in the discussion because like we have McLaren representant and Ferrari. So yeah, I want to know your opinion, both of you.
Maybe not at first.
Well, I think that both teams were close to getting it. I with Bartes, we were like close to it. Most importantly in Spain, without DS. But yeah, it came as it came. It was just a crazy race at the end, and I also think that we had the potential in the Netherlands, the race that was cancelled. So I think that there was like two situations there in France. We weren't very close, but I think that with our strong performances, we can do this. But talking about the Ferrari team, I would say that these guys have really strong pace. Maybe even stronger than our two. But yeah, as we said, as we like seen it, Sentex hasn't had luck this race, and he haven't got any luck in the past races. And I really think that Singapore may be a place where maybe Ferrari or McLaren scored the double podium first in this season, because JJ has a really good pace. He showed it also in season 1. I will talk maybe more in the predictions for this. And Sentex also is consistently showing that he has a really good pace, and you just have to like pick it up on the race and do the thing to get the double podium.
Okay, so before Sentex tells his point of view, just answer my question: McLaren or Ferrari first double podium?
Quick answer. First off.
You know, I'll be confident and I will say McLaren.
Great. Now
okay, so I will say a little bit longer. Yeah, I think so. Firstly, we need to say that Bartes finally shows that his fatum over his really good pace on time trial, and when he's always in top 3, he was able to show that in the main race, and he drive a unbelievable good race. Now he's on the podium, so yeah, congratulations, of course. A very good performance for from both McLaren drivers. But about the whole situation, as Nota said, yeah, I didn't have enough luck making stupid decisions, what I'm always saying, and I need to more focusing on the racing and on the track. So maybe I will be able to fight for some points. So of course, about the Monaco, I have a very good potential, but still it was started lucky from me because you were taken down by the jack, so I jumped over 2 positions already. Then of course some mistakes from Rorowski and JJ led me to finish my race on the P1. But about the Singapore, I think it could be quite hard to say which team could be stand on the, with the double podium, because as I saw today, you jumped over us in the time trial and you're the first, right, Nota?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
I did it, but yeah, I thought that guys you would like react really quickly
Yeah,
as you do
give
this.
us time, give us time.
Yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah, about the double podium, to quick answer, I will be honest. I think the McLaren will do it faster because I'm not quite confident with my performance. I would love to see McLaren, of course, on the double podium, and Ferrari also. But if I will say which team will do that faster, I will say definitely McLaren.
Yeah. So finishing the results, Roloski, who showed once again really strong pace, even with this huge undercut. I mean, not huge cut, but really good undercut by JJ. And he managed to easily pass everybody, starting from myself. I was there on P5 and Roloski was P6, I think.
Yeah, something like this.
And yeah, he just went next to everyone to the lead, and I was shocked when Trujillo told me that he already overtook JJ. So yeah, it was really impressive.
As he's showing in every single race, so nothing's new, to be honest. Because if I would say something about the Roloskis, as always, this guy is like from the totally different league. He's showing that we still have to earn a lot of experience to catch him, because as I said before in before podcast, I have no wonder who is able to catch him, to fight with him on the for the P1 in the standings, and it could be very, very difficult.
Yeah, and Jack, who won the race, of course, because of the stewards' decisions, a little bit controversial again. But sometimes it's difficult to make these decisions every time right and fully correct. But always they try to stick to the fair play rules, and yeah, I think yeah, it ends how it ends, and Jack with bad luck at the beginning and huge help of the safety car managed to came back to the competition and won the race. So yeah, great job from the Red Bull driver, who was alone today because of Gragson not starting for the first time, I think, ever in the league. Yeah, or maybe second because I wasn't starting once. I wasn't starting once in the first season, and he was before this race. He had the same amount of races as me.
Okay, so I think we could change from the results to the standings.
Right.
And as we can see, Roloski have a huge gap in the first place before the Jack. So is he able to manage to jump over to fight with him?
I mean, the gap between P1 and P2 didn't change after this race. Like, it was 39 points before this race, and it's still 39 points. So of course Rolowski has this safe gap, but of course 2 races in a row where he maybe have some bad luck now, and we will get to some really interesting finish, I think. Of course, I didn't wish anybody the bad luck, but I think we can all agree that we would like to see again the what I wanted to say, the fight for the championships in the last race, like we had in the first season between Nota, Nano, and of course Graxent. So yeah, it would be amazing. Of course, in my opinion, Jack is the person who can compete with Rolowski, as he was the favorite to score this title. I think Rolowski was on P4, if I'm correct. I will check quickly if I'm right. No, he was even P5 in the prediction, so he's showing that we were all wrong there.
Yeah, definitely. But also that we have some bigger changes in our standings. I think the Nota is showing in the P3 currently is showing that he's able also to fight for the top 3 in the whole standings. If you will say something about that, Nota, do you think that you're that confident to put everything together and be able to fight for the P2, maybe for the P1?
Well, what I would say that a lot of things changed when I started to change my traction from full to medium, and then and from then I feel that I'm faster, and I just had to get used to it because the first race was a joke with it, Great Britain. But right now I'm really happy with where I am in the standings. I think that also Graxent and Mati being absent was a bit of a luck for me there. I think that Graxent will be definitely a strong driver to just get this P3, and I also count for Ferrari drivers and Bartes to fight for these positions with me, and of course the other drivers. But for this moment, I'm really happy where I am, and I think that it would be really good for me to just try to hold it as long as I can there.
Sure.
Yeah, and also in the team standings, you get just after this race to P3 behind Red Bull. And which one championship will be? Oh, was a crash on the last lap? No. Never mind. About the constructor standings, McLaren P3. Do you think which championship will be easier to fight with Rolowski, I can say?
Oh my god. I think that in the individual drivers championship, I think that Rolowski right now is a driver that is kind of unreachable with his current form. So yeah, that would be an easier thing to do in the Constructors Championship, but currently the AlphaTauri is a team with 2 really strong drivers, I would say, where like in the past, before starting of season 3, I expected to like Red Bull and Ferrari to be those teams that would like be like on the other level. And AlphaTauri, I remember that in the interview, I actually said that we would like to have a fight with AlphaTauri, and right now AlphaTauri is unreachable. And I think that yeah, if it is, then constructors would be easier. But like if Rolowski has his form and he has his form, then I think that he can just do this with a lot of helping from Pefixan. They both can do it. So yeah, I think that it won't be that easy. But if it would be that easy, then Constructors Championship.
Yeah, and you said AlphaTauri is unreachable. I think that's quite a big oversee. Like, can you send exchange the standings, please?
Yeah, of course. Sorry.
Thanks. It's 46. No, yes, no. 36 points between AlphaTauri and Red Bull, and I think it can be just one race if everything went great for the Red Bull, of course. But it's not like unreachable. Maybe in the driver championships, Rolowski is now unreachable because of the safe gap, but here I think one race can make it really, really close, especially when we look at the Red Bull performance until now. They made really good job already in few races. So yeah.
Right now we are talking about a situation where both AlphaTauri drivers aren't scoring any points, and I think that it is a situation that is very unlikely to happen. Yeah, I just can't imagine that Rolowski and Pefixan don't score points in one race. Well, also in every race, I think at least one of them scored points. So yeah, with situation still being like this, that they are consistently getting points, and those aren't like a small amount of points, like 4 or 6, but they are just taking the points from the podium. They are getting fastest laps. That yeah, it's a 1 point, but 1 point can change a lot of things. We have a situation from this year Red Bull Mercedes fight. Yeah, but I think that what you said is kind of true, but it would be really hard to manage to do this without like any bigger mistakes from AlphaTauri drivers.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to do so in the Spain when Rolowski finished on P6, I think, or P7 even. I will check real quick. Yeah, he finished on P7. So if only both Red Bulls were in front of him, then we would have really different situation right now. But yeah, Grax and DNF and Jake also DNF, but
Yeah.
on penultimate lap. So definitely they missed the opportunity to do so, and maybe it will be crucial in the end. But before the end, we will have, of course, Singapore. But also before Singapore predictions, I want to talk about one more thing in the league right now. What is happening is the season 4 calendar. What do you think about it? Nota.
I will just open it. So yeah, I would say, can I say like track on track, track by track, one,
Like,
two, and
which track are you looking the most race, and to which tracks? Not maybe not only one track, but tracks you don't like in the new calendar.
well, I would say that there are a lot of tracks that I like. For example, Mexico, Imola is really an amazing track. I love it, so I'm waiting for it. Also, the Netherlands are good. We'll see what will be with Jeddah, because we are still waiting for this circuit, but it's a very simple circuit
It
with a
should
lot
be
of.
in this week, right?
Uh,
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
think it 12.
Oh,
I think.
It 12 in Friday.
Yeah, yeah, I
oh
think
wow.
that
Yeah.
there are
Okay,
some dates like this.
great. I have a free day then. Okay. And yeah. And of course, how could I even
I
don't say it? Monaco, yeah, the love of my life. Um, yeah, the love of my life that hurt me in this season, but yeah, I still love him. Maybe that love is not from the both sides, but yeah. And talking about the circuits that I'm not looking for, to be honest, are Russia. Yeah, I just don't have luck on this track, and I'm not a big fan of it. Also Portimao, Portugal. That is also a track that I don't like. I don't know why. I just can't imagine and can't do a good time there. Um, yeah, so Portimao, I'm not looking for it, definitely. Uh, and maybe, or no, yeah, just let it stay like this.
Okay, and Santex, what are your opinions?
I'm definitely waiting for the Jeddah because I'm quite interesting how the work it will works there. But like for the main tracks for the first race Mexico, I'm feeling that it could be a very interesting race. I'm feeling there's very strongly, but when we change the game, everything could happen. Belgium also, I'm feeling very confident and very. I'm pretty sure that I can achieve some big things if I will only finish the race. And I think Austria or Red Bull Ring could be very very interesting. As we know, there's always a carnage in the Austria, but I hope it wouldn't be this time. Also, Portimao is looking for a very good race. I like this track and I hope it will be fun to drive with it. But track that I don't like and I don't wait at all, it's definitely Great Britain, Silverstone. I really don't like this track. What's more, Suzuka in Japan, I also don't like this track. And I will say maybe Russia, but it's quite fun to drive. And of course about the waiting, as Nota said, my beloved Monaco. I also very like this track, but I think it could be a very very difficult to overtake Nota and JJ on this track because they managed to almost perfect it. So yeah.
Also, you have to defend the title of Mr. Monaco.
Yeah, definitely. But it will be like absolutely hard to do that. I'm feeling that.
But we will miss the Singapore in the next season, so let's look into our predictions for the race this Sunday and talk a little bit about it. Yeah. Oh, so a little bit like last time when we all with at Gamer put Rolowski on top and JJ second, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have other way. JJ on top and Rolowski P2. So let's start with Nota's prediction and his explanation.
Well, when I was like thinking about these predictions, when I put it JJ on the first position, I think that it can be a controversial thing to do, but I see that you guys also like it, so yeah, we are at least consistent with it. Yeah, so JJ has really strong pace there. He showed it in season 1 that it's a track that he's really a strong driver there. Yeah, so I think that the P1 maybe to do something other than we see in other races. Yeah, would be interesting. P2 Orlowski, do we even need a comment on that? I don't think. So Yeah, Orlowski is just a quick driver and can do everything in a really good way. He really does small mistakes, or maybe even he doesn't do it. So yeah, B2 for him. Sentex, uh, yeah, also showing good potential in the time trial, and I think that the luck maybe will be good for him. By the way, double Ferrari podium there.
Yeah, I wanted to
Mm,
ask you about
and
it.
P4 for Jack. Yeah, also a quick driver that without a lot of problems or like um, fights with drivers, he can manage to do this P4. And I put myself on P5 as I think that it would be a reachable position for me. Because yeah, I feel good on this track. I feel comfortable on this track. In season one, also felt comfortable there. And on the time trial, I can like do good times, and those times are consistent. So I think that P5 would be a good position there.
And what if we have race like in the first season, when, as I remember collective, we started on slicks, then went on the inters, and then we had to go back to the slicks just for like 3 or 4 laps.
Well, I think that I wouldn't complain about it, as I like driving in the rain. Maybe I haven't showed this season with Monaco performance, but yeah, I wouldn't complain if it was a full wet race. I think, but still, mm, I think that we all would prefer a dry race there, as it is a very hard and technical track. Singapore is.
Yeah, and if you finish, I can now start with my explanations, and I will start right from the quali session, because I think in the qualifying we'll see Ferrari front row. Behind them, Nota and Trolowski, and behind them, Red Bull row. That's my prediction for the quali, because I know Ferrari drivers really like the street circuits, and they are really quick on the one laps. But now going to the results, I think because in this game the double stacks are broken, and yeah, it will be difficult to hold this 1-2, of course, with Frolowski. They will have to like compromise one driver results. So yeah, JJP1, I really want to see him on podium. Like, it's, come on, JJ, you have to. Rolowski P2, he will just do his job probably. Nota on P3, of course, also really good driver in the street circuits. Sentex, he will just hold as much as he can to the top 3. And P5, between the Red Bull drivers, I picked Graxen because he won in the season 1, and that's why I pick him over Jack.
Okay, so if you finish, I will pick my predictions and explanations. Also, I would like to mention that I didn't put Nota here because I didn't know that he improved his time. I forgot about he also feeling very confident and very good on the street circuits. So if I will change it, I think I will change it from I think top 3, like somewhere there. I will definitely put you Nota. But it's like P1, P3, P4, P5 is like totally random, so you can play this wherever you want yourself. But if I will set something like as it is, I will start from the bottom. Graxen, as you said, the Graxen won this season 1 race in Singapore, so I hope he will be able to fight for the top 5. Also, maybe a bit of the bigger pause that he have from last race. Maybe it will slow him down. I don't know. It's very difficult track, but I think he will be managed to do that. Jack also is performing a very quite good pace and showing that he's able to fight for the podium. So it's nothing new and nothing changed from my perspective. And I'm trying to finally believe in myself, so that's why I put myself on P3, because I think I'm able to do that, but of course everything could happen and I don't know that I will do or not, because in the Singapore losing a wheel and crash and even spin is so easy to do that, so I think almost everyone knows that. So I hope somehow Ferrari managed to finish on the double podium. P1, P2, it could be very difficult to predict which driver finished on which position, because as we know Roloski is like unbeatable, and but also I believe in JJ, but because he always said that he loves the street circuits, so I know that he will do that. He's quite fast. I know that he also have a very good defense strategy, so he knows how to do this. And also I think that the battle between the JJ and Roloski on this track could be the best thing that we will be able to see in the whole season, I think.
It can happen for sure. And we are also heading to the Brazil in real life, of course, and we will have the sprint race on Saturday. Sorry. Yeah. Any predictions? What will happen in the sprint race, in the quali, in the race itself? Maybe not, because I know you are, I think, one of the drivers who is most on time with the in real life Formula One.
I'm really hoping for McLaren there in Brazil, as they managed to do in 2019 to get P3 there with a lot of luck, with some situations like double Ferrari crash or Hamilton Albon collision. But then I think that where we had sprint race, we had at Monza
and Monza.
Oh, Silverstone.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. I will only get my results. Okay. Silverstone. McLaren finished 4th and 5th, and Monza, of course, 1-2. We know that I can make the rule from it that whenever we have a sprint race, then McLaren is really high. So I hope that my boys from McLaren will beat Ferrari us there in Brazil. And about Verstappen Hamilton fighting, I think that Max Verstappen would be the person to beat Lewis Hamilton and just like do his thing. What is he doing in the standings right now? As we have not much of season left. Because we only have, counting Brazil, we have 4 races to the end.
Yeah.
So this fight will be on every single point. So I think that Verstappen in front of Hamilton and McLaren in front of Ferrari.
Unless, of course, Ocon will do some sketchy thing on Verstappen, like unlapping himself or something into turn 1. Do you know what I'm talking about, or not really? Hello?
Nota?
Well, lapping.
Yeah, like there was a situation in Brazil when
Okay. No, of course I know. Well, I think that Ocon got scared of what Verstappen said then. So I think that he wouldn't also get lapped, because we have a situation right now in Formula 1 where Um, to be honest, the only team that would be doubled is Haas, or maybe Alfa Romeo. But yeah, a lot of teams are on this level that they are not getting lapped. So I think that it is very unlikely to like cosplay this scene where Ocon and Verstappen had a big crash there in turn one. But well, I would still like to maybe see situation like this. And I'm noting there that I'm not a fan of Hamilton. Okay.
Okay, so I will just prove you wrong. In the Mexico, for an example, everyone starting from P6 Carlos Sainz were lapped at least once. United States, everyone from P9 Tsunoda were lapped at least once. Turkey, everyone starting from P10 Esteban Ocon were lapped at least once. So we have situation like this where the strong drivers also were lapped, and it's happening every race, to be honest. Like P12 in the Russia, which was wet, so there wasn't that much overtaking, of course, at the end. And yeah.
Well, you said surname Tsunoda, then I think of him. Uh, yeah, he's a driver I would say that has a good potential, but he is very like crushable on the track. He has a lot of problems there. We had like turn one incident in Mexico, where he was eliminated on lap one. So I think that maybe that giving Tsunoda a chance for the next season isn't a bad idea, but I think that maybe also AlphaTauri should give a chance to Alex Albon, or no, maybe Daniel Kvyat, no, but Alex Albon would be a good contender, but as he already has a seat in for 2022, then yeah, the topic is over, I think, about him. But yeah, Tsunoda is a driver that has to just get into the rhythm and has to get a lot of experience in Formula One.
Okay, so last topic in this podcast. Who will get the second seat in the Alfa Romeo? Because there is already confirmation on it, as I read some articles. But the announcement will be on Tuesday next week. So yeah, let's play some games and try to predict who will be the second driver in next season.
Well, I'm from Poland, so I think that the answer is really an easy one. Then we all know on the chat that the second Alfa Romeo driver, teammate of Valtteri Bottas in 2022, will be Robert Kubica with number 88.
that would be sick, to be honest. But we have already two answers on chat, Zoo and the Breeze, and the second answer looks really cool, but it's, I think, unlikely to happen as the Mercedes connection. But also there was a between Albon and Williams, they told at the beginning, no, it won't happen because because of the Red Bull connection. But it happened, so who knows? Yeah, like Bartes said, it's for sure not Purcher, or however you say this, pronounce this.
Yeah, I think that I would also agree. Talking like realistic things, I would agree that Guan Yu Zhou is a good contender for this, as he's really managing to do well in Formula 2. And I think that Alfa Romeo is also looking at it, at this situation in his career. Also, we had some informations about Callum Ilott, but I don't know what happened to him with this candidature to
Oh
be
yeah.
an Alfa Romeo driver. And maybe, but really unlikely to happen, for them to keep Antonio Giovinazzi, as he had a time this season that he managed to do kind of well. But yeah, we just have to wait for the official like decision. Does Alfa Romeo count on the rookie, or will they give Giovinazzi one more chance in Alfa Romeo?
Which seems unlikely after Mexico, to be honest. But yeah, Sentex, you can make your job right now.
Finally, I have permit to voice. Thank you so much, guys, to let me said anything on my stream. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so I think that will be everything for today. Thank you so much, Nota, for coming. I hope you enjoyed as we did. And we have like something that we're doing in every single podcast. We're asking our guests who will be glad to see or hear in the next podcast. So we're asking you, who do you invite?
Other than Roloski.
Yeah, yeah, he will have time for this. JJ.
JJ.
Okay.
Is JJ still on the chat?
I think he is.
Yeah, JJ, what do you think about it?
Yeah, the winner of Singapore has to be there.
Okay. Unless it is Roloski, then why not?
JJ, we will glad to invite you for the next podcast. We're waiting for the answer. Drums. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Okay, so the next podcast.
Everyone saw this.
Yeah. I hope it will be a lot of people and they will make a show, definitely. Okay, so we have another guest and I'm quite happy. Of course, once again, thank you, Nota, for today. It was a pleasure to have you here. And that's all that I think so, yeah?
Yeah, before we end, I want to oh my god. Invite everyone to the practice race right now, so whoever wants to join, come Discord and join the lobby on Formula 1 2021 game to have some fun around 5 lappers and maybe some more.
I will not finish my stream, so you can stay there and you will see our...
Can you
trainings. Yeah?
end and restart it so you can download
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, great. Fine. Yeah, so good. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, have a nice evening, and see you next time.
Cheers.